everybody. Welcome back once again. It's week 3, game 3 is quickly on the horizon. After Friday night, we will be a third of the way through the season. I'm on the campus of Rockvale. I've got with me the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets. We're out here at the lunch pad. Head coach Brian Guthrie. How you doing, head coach?
I'm good, thanks. Good.
Big win for you Friday night. You put the program on the bus. You go down to Smyrna, where it all started for me in 1998. I was just telling some of the kids. Or you played here. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I keep putting you on the road, and you played here. Anyway, Smyrna came up here, but
right.
I did cut my teeth in '98.
Right.
Called my first youth football game down there, and I've been in it ever since. But got in a great game here. Was able to get the program out, and big crowd, I bet.
It was a big crowd. I mean, we had a good night.
You had senior night, didn't you?
We had senior night. Wanted to get it over with. Since 4 of our first 5 games were at home. We just don't have anything at the end of the season to have that senior night, so we decided to have it. We were going to have it the first week, but since we had field dedication and all that, we decided to move it to week 2. So
because then you still got homecoming. You got to
still
get
got
into.
homecoming.
So you got one more. You
yeah.
got to get done.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, that's why we did it early instead of late.
Got out on the field. Talk to us a little bit about the game. What worked well that didn't work well for Nolensville? What kind of straightened out?
Well, we cleaned it up a little bit. Now the game was not it wasn't clean on both sides of the ball. Both of us had our issues. Smyrna missed some opportunities that they had that they missed. We had some opportunities that we missed.
Was it just sloppy?
We just missed, just drop balls, where you got somebody behind somebody and we drop a ball or they do. Just missed our opportunity. We just capitalized on more of ours than they did.
Yeah.
I mean, is what it boiled down to. I thought we matched their physicality pretty well.
So you got that box checked. You were physical in effort.
Yeah, effort. We had a lot of hats to the ball on defense, and was real proud of that and proud of the way our kids played. So,
what about your line penalties and some of those? Did we get a couple of those cleaned up?
We did.
Okay, good. Good.
We did. We didn't play great up front offensively.
Couldn't get him push, or
well, we just didn't play well. We had some of our older guys didn't have their best games, and we expect to clean that up and have a little better run game this week.
What about special teams? How'd you check it?
Special teams was better, even though we gave up. One of their touchdowns was a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not good.
Because that's a game changer.
It is a game changer. But overall,
when did it happen?
In the third quarter.
Okay, and that's you don't want those. You don't want them to ever happen,
right.
especially in the second half.
Right.
When you're joggling back and forth, because that could swing, big swing.
Yeah.
For the other team.
Well, and when we had a punt, we snapped a punt over the punter's head.
That's not good.
And it gave them a short field, and they scored on it. So those were their 2 scores. But
they capitalized on your mistake.
Yeah, they sure did.
Textbook written.
They sure did. And so we know special teams is something that we've got to fix this week. And Coach Argo will do a great job in getting those guys ready to go. We're going to make some personnel changes and find some guys that'll get done what we need to get done.
Defensively, what'd you look like? I mean, you must have done pretty good.
Yeah,
that might be where you. That might be where you were. You were strong.
We looked great defensively. Like I said, we had a lot of hats to the ball all the time. They didn't. We took their run game away from them pretty much. I think we had 7 sacks.
Oh wow.
So
you rattled him. You got him a little bit rattled.
We had a pick. We had.
Who had the pick?
Jalen Morgan had the pick.
Okay.
Cavante had 2 fumble recoveries, and one of them was a scoop and score. So we moved him from safety back to outside linebacker, where he's a lot more comfortable, and so he's able to make some big plays there. So it was a good move for us. I just felt overall we played better. We're nowhere near where we need to be to finish play in the league we play in, but I felt like we played better overall than we did week 1. And you always think you get better. The biggest improvement is from week 1 to week 2. So, but we hope we can still keep getting better each week. And we got a tough Tullahoma team this week. I mean, they're 0-2, but they are not a bad football team by any stretch. They're well coached, those guys, and they're hard nosed, and those guys do a great job down there. So, we know we've got to be on point this week and do the things right that we need to do.
Injury-wise, how'd you come out?
Not terrible. We've got some banged up. Like we held some out of practice today. Some of our big guys that have some tweaks, but overall, major. So, feel pretty blessed about that.
Ron Adelot always said, long about week 5, we'll find out just about what you got and how far you can go. Oh, Coach Adelot, he always instructs.
I hope one day you're going to quote me.
Well, I will. But Coach Adelot, Coach Adelot always said, long about week 5, you're going to find out about how far you really think you can go.
Right.
And that you've played 5 games,
right.
So now it's about where do we think we can get into the playoffs. And the big thing about everybody's trying to do is, of course, right now in the time period we are. Creasy sits at the top right now as far as this region, and everybody's trying to get to him to beat him, because you got to get to him sometime if you're going to go through him to get there. And so everybody's trying to get to that, at least survive to the 3rd round, not go out the 1st round, but survive a couple of games into the playoffs. Get there, and then when you get there, then you can try to go to the 4th and the 5th. I mean, those last 2, everybody's got to understand. Somewhere along the way, you want to get. Everybody says you want to get in the playoffs. No, everybody wants to get about. But where do you want to really get to? You want to get to that 3rd game, isn't it, Coach? That's the tasty level to say we've been
to the playoffs twice and got beat in the 1st round both times. So, yeah, we're looking to go deeper in the playoffs, or hope to. We've got 2 more non-region games before we start our region. So we've got Tullahoma and Stewart's Creek. And if we can, do what we need to do in those 2 games, I'll feel
healthy.
I'll feel real good going into Riverdale, and that's our 1st region game. So.
Yeah, and it's shifted around now that Coffee County's in it, and used to be Cookville, and then we had Stewart's Creek for a little bit. We gave them back to the other part of the county. They're down at the other end, but and you've got that Stewart's Creek game coming up, and that's a non-conference game.
Yeah, and they're a good football team. We've seen them on film already because we've played some of the same opponents, and so they're a good football team too. But right now we're concentrating on Tullahoma and being 1-0 this week. And, what
do you like about them?
They're pretty good on offense now.
Are they?
Yeah, the quarterback can spin it. They got a pretty good little running back, and
they've always been competitive.
Yeah,
they've won the state championship several times. Got a beautiful stadium.
No doubt. We go down there.
Yeah, you're going down there. Yeah.
So
I've been down there.
I say we're going down there. Coach Sis called me this weekend and said they're having some stadium light issues. So if they can't get that resolved, then we may have to play at a different venue, either play here or at a different venue. So, that's to be determined.
What would you do on that? Would you?
We'd either play here or.
Would you jockey the gate and help them out?
We would.
Yeah,
we would.
Surely.
We'd give them the gate. Of course, we would get. We'd get concessions.
You can't. You can't.
And we would obviously take out whatever we take out whatever the overhead is for the officials and all that. And
right.
Give them the rest.
Give them the net.
Yeah, it's their home game. So.
Right. Right, but if it happens, that's kind of like us. It's calling for rain in East Tennessee Friday. We could be under rain here. We don't know, but you have to start planning for that stuff.
Right.
Just like you went out and you bought a drone on Monday. How'd that go? Was that painful?
Terrible. It didn't work worth a darn.
Really?
It didn't work worth a darn. So I had to
buy it back.
I'm sending it back. I had to buy a new one this weekend.
So you got one on the way back.
I got one on
the
way
back.
back.
One on the way
I bought a used one thinking, it'd be in decent shape, and it didn't work very well. So I'm sending it back. So this weekend.
And when you get bad content like that, Coach, it's frustrating when you blow the money you do.
Yeah.
You're hot. You're hotter than a firecracker when something don't work right.
Yeah.
Like
so
that.
This time I just bought a brand new one, and it'll be all right.
All right, same one?
Yeah,
or
same one.
So
same one.
That's a lesson, kids. Don't try to upgrade or go to a new
no
brand.
reason it does everything we need it to do. So.
There you go. All right, kids. So kind of pay attention, Rocket fans. We don't know. You could be here. The venue, as Coach Guthrie said, could change. But right now, plan on gathering up and rolling over to Coffee County, down to Manchester, to Tullahoma, Tennessee, and watch the Tullahoma Wildcats and the Rockville Rockets at kickoff slated for 7.